Hi there, welcome to the farm. It's time to clean out the larder, the root cellar, and the freezers and do some food preservation. So, I have 13 bags of frozen tomatoes that were still down in the freezer. I have a boatload of sweet potatoes and a ton of butternut squash. I hope to be able to preserve all these whether canning or freezing. Plus I also have some strawberries I think I'm going to turn into some jam. So it's just time to clean things out so there's room for next year's produce. Plus some of these things, the sweet potatoes and the butternut squash, won't last forever. So I'm going to preserve them up so they last forever. Well, at least a year or two. I'm going to sit all the tomatoes over here overnight so they thaw out. So tomorrow will be sauce day. Probably Italian flavored sauce. That's what seems to be going the fastest. Time to make some more. And these should be thawed out by morning, or mostly. These are some interesting shaped sweet potatoes, but they're delicious. So I am going to get these all cleaned up, peeled, and ready to go in the can. Now sweet potatoes have to be pressure canned. I think I can get 7 jars in at a time, so I'm not sure how many loads it'll take. Each load takes 90 minutes to can plus the warm up and cool down, so each one's like 2.5 hours. So I'll see how many I get done today. Fun. I got enough sweet potatoes peeled that I think it's going to fill 7 jars, and I'm blanching them for 5 minutes. I didn't blanch them last time I peeled sweet potatoes. There's a million opinions out there how to can sweet potatoes, but I'm going to blanch them for 5 minutes, put them in cold water, and then pack the jars. Now the one thing everybody does agree on, they take 90 minutes in a pressure canner to can. So these have been 5 minutes. I'm going to take them out and throw them in some cold water, and then pack up my jars. Start the actual canning. I learned I don't have a very good eye for telling how many potatoes it takes to fill 7 jars. I only got enough for 5. So I'm going to go ahead and get this batch canning, and I'll peel plenty for the next 7 jars. I thought I had more than enough, but miscalculated. So now I'm just putting in the water, and I did put a teeny bit of sugar in here. So it's an extra light syrup. They say that can keep the potatoes a little bit sweeter so the sweetness doesn't leak out into the, I don't know. They don't have to be super sweet anyway, but I did it.
So you're going to have to hurry up. You know why?
Why?
Well, the Super Bowl's going to be on.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to miss a minute of it. Can you tell? I'm not really into football. I like the commercials and the halftime show sometimes. So other than that though, now I got to make sure there's no bubbles in here, make sure it has an inch head space, and get the first batch in the canner and start peeling the second batch. It's going to be a long night of sweet potatoes. And then while that first batch is going, I did roast the first round of butternut squash. I'm going to go ahead and scoop all the flesh out, puree it, and get it in bags. So this is going to be an assembly line project, get things going.
So speaking of halftime shows, I haven't liked the halftime show at the Super Bowl for probably 20 years. I must be getting old.
You think? I'll tell you what though, I did see the Budweiser commercial the other day. They released it early. That's an amazing commercial. That might be one of their best. That was pretty impressive. Caught me off guard. If you haven't seen it, you got to watch it. Whoop. All right, get a little bit more in here so they're an inch head space. And they will be in the canner. I have the first batch of sweet potatoes in the canner, and I'm scooping out the meat from these butternut squash. I roasted them earlier. So I'm going to get the meat out of these, and then I'm going to roast the rest of them. They're all starting to look a little bit dried up and like they're gonna go. So I figure I might as well go ahead and preserve them this way. They'll be frozen. And apparently you can use butternut squash in place of pumpkin. Apparently they're very similar in taste and you can do it. I made a pumpkin baked oatmeal. Tasted fine. So I'm gonna try a pumpkin pie next. But we didn't get any pumpkin last year, so I need pumpkin. So we'll see. This should work.
So how do you keep it all straight? Because you got butternut squash that you're doing now, and then you've got, what's behind you in the big bowl?
That's the sweet potatoes for the next canner load.
Okay.
Yeah, I might be confused by the end of the night. We'll see.
All right.
I'm going to be tired, I know that.
Well, you might be tired from watching the Super Bowl, jumping up and down, screaming.
I'm going to get so tense. Who's playing? I'm just not a big football fan, sorry. I'm going to actually puree all this butternut squash meat. I want it to be real smooth. And then I'm going to be putting freezer bags, and I'm going to put it in 15-ounce portions, because almost every pumpkin pie recipe, or a lot of pumpkin recipes, use 15 ounces. That's what a can is. So I'll just go ahead and freeze them in 15-ounce portions. So they'll be pumpkin pie size. Okay, let's get this all pureed up and smooth. Get it in freezer bags. How's that look? I'm going to give it just a little bit more.
Ruby's watching you there in case you need help.
You want squash, don't you? Yeah. She did get a hold of a sweet potato that fell to the floor. She was eating a little bit of sweet potato. Was it good? Bad girl. All right. I might just go ahead and scoop this right into freezer bags. Now when I put this in freezer bags, I get it almost closed and I squish it as flat as I can get it and squish all the air out. And then I freeze them like on a cookie tray, like this. Then they stack nice and neat in the freezer, all nice and skinny.
So they're flat and there's no air in them?
No. So they're time to put the weight on the canner. Yahoo! Now you just wait for the pressure to get up and wait 90 minutes. And meanwhile, I'll puree the rest of this squash.
I'm surprised that it's that long of a time period.
Yep. Things with low acid, you do them a long time. They have to be under pressure for a long time.
So why are you pureeing this?
I just want it really nice and smooth. There's still a little bit of, maybe little spots of stringiness. I want it super smooth when I go ahead and put it in a recipe. So it's just ready to use. I'll get it out of the freezer, thaw it, ready to go. Batch number 2. It's the next day, and I only got one batch of the sweet potatoes canned last night. It got too late and I got too tired, so I just kept the ones I had peeled in a nice big thing of cold water all night. Got up early this morning, canned a second batch. So I wound up with 12 quarts of sweet potatoes. Now there's still more down there, but at least those 12 quarts, I won't lose them. And if we hurry up and eat the other ones, I'll be okay too. Plus I have to turn some into potato slips, sweet potato slips for this year. That's about time to start that. And my butternut squash froze up beautifully in my nice little packs. And this is what I use to organize my freezers. So they just fit in there perfectly. I love that. And now it's working on tomatoes. I sat the tomatoes out to thaw last night. They weren't completely thawed this morning. So I kind of helped them in the microwave and over the stove, got them thawed out, put them in some casserole dishes, 9x13s, and I roast my tomatoes when I make tomato sauce. It just tastes much better roasted. And what I do when I thaw tomatoes, I know some people, when they have thawed tomatoes they're turning into sauce, they throw all that liquid out that comes out of the tomatoes. I don't. I cook it down separately. You can boil it super, super fast. It thickens up, and that doesn't make your sauce runny. But like, you can't boil it that hard with the tomatoes in it. The tomatoes will scorch. And we did this, 2 years ago we did an experiment. We tasted that after it's cooked down a little bit. There is a lot of flavor in that juice. So after I roast the tomatoes, with some of the juice drained off, I'll puree it, put it in the pot and start cooking it up with the spices. And pretty soon I'll be canning tomato sauce, spaghetti sauce.
Plus the house is dry right now, and with all that steam going, that's going to really help add humidity.
Our house smells like tomato.
Yeah, it does.
So I have 2 of these done. I still have some that are thawed, waiting to be roasted. So I'll go ahead and puree those, get the next batch in the oven roasting. So it's an assembly line. Keep it going here.
Okay, you've been incredibly busy today, and you started very early this morning. What time did you start?
I think I get up like 4:45.
Okay.
I woke up, I actually had a doctor's appointment at 9 for my physical, and I thought, you know, if I get up now, I could get that last batch of sweet potatoes canned before the doctor's. And I just made it at 9 o'clock, even though I started like at 5.
Yeah,
So,
that canner right there, that was...
well, I had the pressure canner
Oh,
first.
yeah.
Now that's the water bath canner with the
Okay.
jars all nice and heated up and sterilized for this. So it's just, I'm keeping it going.
All right.
But by the end of the day, I should have a lot of jars of nice Italian tomato sauce.
So what are you blending now? Is that your
That's
Vitamix?
my Vitamix.
Okay.
And I'm bad. I blend my seeds and my skin right in with my tomatoes.
Okay.
We did an experiment on that a couple years ago and tasted tomato sauce that went through the mill, took out the seeds and the skin, and we tasted the tomato sauce with everything blended in. Some people say the seeds can make it bitter. We didn't taste any bitter. It just tasted more flavorful, more just better. So I know it's kind of against the rules to use skins and seeds, but I do.
I don't
like the way the
understand
sauce
that with
tastes.
the rules. Do the rules say that you can't eat a fresh tomato, the whole
I know.
thing?
Yeah, I guess canning it, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly why, but the experts say probably shouldn't use seeds and skin, but I've been using them now for 6 years.
Okay.
And they taste better.
And there ain't nothing wrong with you.
And with the no, I'm fine. And with the Vitamix, I mean, it chews everything up. You don't know anything's in there. It's just delicious tomato flavor. So that's how I do it. Go ahead.
So you're on the downhill swing now.
Yes, starting the actual canning. Finally.
Well, you canned other things, right?
Yes, I canned the sweet potatoes. Now I'm getting ready to can all the spaghetti sauce or pasta sauce. I'm tired, and I'm going to have probably 3, I bet 3, maybe 4 loads.
Okay.
I could have got both canners going. I just didn't. I feel like dragging the other one back in, so I have the rest of the evening. I'll just be canning and canning and canning.
All right. So has everything gone completely according to plan?
No. Something always happens sometimes when you're canning. Let's see, what was the first thing? Oh, the first thing, my induction stove. If anybody knows about this, let me know. I had 3 pots on the induction stove going at a pretty good rate to boil the juice off. All of a sudden, it didn't blow a fuse. It was still on, but the burner shut off. Like none of them were on.
Well, you
So-
had the whole surface area covered
Well,
with
yeah,
heavy pots.
3/4
and
of the surface.
A lot
so
of...
maybe it can't handle that much. So I had to quick get out another burning, get the whatever. I had to do whatever I had to do to get the juice to.
Sure. You put
Picking
another portable induction burner up.
Yes, yes. And it worked, but it
Yeah.
just kind of messed things up. And then the second one was my fault. When I'm boiling the juice off, it's juice that's drained out of the tomatoes, and I use pretty big colanders, so some seeds go through in that juice. I forgotten as I was pureeing the sauce, and after I was putting it in the pot, it looked thick, so I was just putting some juice in. Well, I forgot the juice has seeds. So I went to do a taste test, like, there's a seed. That's right. The juice has seeds. So I had to put it all back through the Vitamix again to make sure there was no seeds and skin. So that was my fault. But now it's all perfect. Donnie gave it the taste test, says it tastes good, and it's time to can it. Yeah, I'll be
This
ready.
is the fun and relaxing stage.
This is, yeah.
Yeah.
This is. Because then it's just, they're only 40 minutes. Like the pressure canner, that's time intensive because you have to put the stuff in, wait for it to get up to pressure, time it once it goes to pressure, which is like an hour and a half for sweet potatoes, and then turn it off and wait for it to get no pressure, wait for the pressure to drop. And it's a time intensive thing. Whereas water bath canning, put it in, get it to a boil. When it's done, wait a couple minutes, take it out, you're done. And you put the next batch right in. So, I like water bath canning. I mean, pressure canning is good. You have to do it for low acid things. So you got to do what you got to do. But water bathing is just so much easier. So yeah, this is the more easy part. But by tonight, I'll be ready to just sit and relax a little bit. Well, it's day 3 of my preserving marathon, and I have the sweet potatoes are all canned, tomato sauce is all canned, and the butternut squash is in the freezer. Last thing I'm going to do is some strawberry orange jam. I just think that sounds really good. And it's just strawberries, apples, oranges, some lemon juice, and sugar. So to start out, these are frozen strawberries. I just thawed them out and I did weigh them. First thing I have to do is peel apples and shred it. That's actually part of the recipe, and it's probably part of what adds the pectin, because there's not a commercial pectin in here. It's just all natural stuff. And it also uses orange zest, which has pectin. So we'll see if this works. I've never done this recipe. Time to get to work. I have the strawberries and the sugar in the pot. Now I'm going to add the orange zest, and it actually said to grate it, so I used a fine grater and grated it. But there goes all the orange zest, orange peel, whatever you call it. So I wonder if it's like similar to a marmalade, but not quite. And then I have all the orange juice and the shredded apple in here. I put the shredded apple in the orange juice while I was shredding because it would keep it from turning colors. So there goes the orange juice and all the shredded apple.
Oh, let me come up there and take a look. Ooh, that looks good, and I can smell the oranges.
It smells heavenly. Now comes the long, boring part. I have to cook this for 2 to 3 hours until it sets up, and I have plates in the freezer, so I'll be able to do the plate test, putting it on a frozen plate and see when it sets up. And then once it sets up, I can it. So now I just have 2 or 3 hours of stirring, waiting for it to thicken up. I might go ahead and listen to a book while I'm stirring it. I'll bring it back when it's time to can. It does smell really good. Oh my gosh. It's going to be good. It's only been about an hour and 15 minutes, but I think it's ready. So I'm going to do the plate test, where you take a plate that's been in the freezer, put a dollop on, put it in the freezer for 1 minute, and you get it out later, it'll be like it's going to be when it's cooled off. So let's find out if it sets. They say if you run your finger down through the middle of it, if it stays apart, it's ready. I'd say that's staying apart, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's thicker. But it's like 2 levels.
There's a little bit of liquid.
A little bit of liquid.
It's getting so thick, it's starting to really plop out onto the stove. It's thick.
Okay.
So I'm going to jar it up. I don't care if it is a little bit on the loose side. I'd rather have it that way than too thick.
Okay.
Want to taste it?
Sure.
Well, I ended up with 10 half pints of jam, plus enough for us to have a taste test and probably breakfast tomorrow. So now we'll see if we like this jam. Strawberry orange. I just thought it sounded interesting.
Yeah, the consistency looks amazing.
It's perfect, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like it when it's too thick.
Uh-huh.
There's your knife.
Okay. This is worth it for me to hang around being the cameraman just so I can try these. All right, we ready?
Cheers. I do taste the orange.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, strawberry jam's delicious, but this is like adds another level of something exciting. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, like some things when you put them together, it makes a new thing. This is just still strawberry, but it adds zing, the flavor, of the orange.
Well, that's a thumbs up.
Oh, amazing. It might even be better than just plain strawberry.
Yeah, I think he might be right. So I feel good. I got the larder and the root cellar kind of cleaned out of things that needed cleaned out. The freezer, all the frozen strawberries are out.
So how many cans do you have now?
I think I end up with 36 jars I can, plus the 10 bags of butternut squash are in the freezer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of food we preserved.
Yeah.
I preserved in the last 3 days.
Yes, you did. I didn't help you much other than dishes a little bit.
And you peeled some sweet potatoes.
Oh, that's true.
And you did the camera work. So.
I was running groceries and everything else.
Yeah. But I've just been in the kitchen. So tomorrow I'll be ready for a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining me as I did a marathon of preserving. And we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So now can we eat the rest of these?
Yes, please. That is really good.
Oh, amazing. I think this is right up there in my top favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your very favorite?
I don't know. I'm all confused now because I'm so excited with this.